Okay, y'all. Well, welcome back to the Ryan and John Write Songs podcast. Thanks for tuning in on kind of our journey of just two friends who love writing songs together, and hopefully we're decent at it, to figuring out, well, great, then how do we make a career out of this? So this podcast is about that. It's just sharing that journey with you and kind of taking you along the steps and telling you how we think about things. Please remember to subscribe, comment, all the things, and we'll jump right into today's topic, which is we're going to talk about maybe just some of the top ways or top like guidelines, the ways we think about songwriting, the ways we approach songwriting. So John and I both have some ideas on this, and we'll ping pong it back and forth, where John will start with an idea, ping pong it over to me, and we'll zip through. We each have three kind of things we want to share.
This is a big deal, guys. This is secrets of the pros right here.
This is secret sauce right here. Should we like sell tickets to this, or maybe we shouldn't give this away for free?
Yeah, we'll track it and ask for money on the back end.
Perfect. I love it. Okay, so John, you're going to kick us off here. What would be sort of your first rule of thumb when you approach songwriting?
By the way, I'm wearing my glasses today because this is a very studious conversation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm at the age now that I have to have readers even with my contacts. It's that or bifocals.
God, you're old, bro.
Jeez. I know. But honestly, it was always my dream to be like one of those people that have to put glasses on when they read and then like not wear glasses instead of the other way around where you have to wear glasses all the time, which is what I am.
Dreams
but now,
really do come true.
I have contacts and glasses, so I can be that guy. So
congratulations.
Kind of in my prime.
That's one way to think about it. Okay, go.
All right.
What you got?
First thing I brought. So I have three things. You got three things, and we're just going to go through them. My first tip or thing I keep in mind for songwriting is just idea collecting. So most songwriters probably know this, but I have a running note in my phone of just ideas. And those are things that come to me that I hear in a conversation with someone, in a movie, just whenever, And sometimes songs happen, they just happen right away. I think a lot of people have had that experience where it's like this melody with the word came to me and it was just amazing. And it was just, I was off to the races right away. Some people have songs that are written in 30 minutes, which is amazing. Yeah. But when those times don't come, you kind of got to be always on the watch for something. A songwriter I met, she said that she feels like she has a butterfly net, and she's always catching little words and phrases and statements. Yeah. And that's always in my mind of like having a conversation, someone says something interesting, and it just put it away in a note. Maybe make a little note with it if it's a song title, and you kind of give a little bit of an idea of what that song could be about, or additional thoughts, or if it's just a lyric idea, where like that would be a cool way to say something and fit it in. So you just kind of always have to be on call, whether the idea comes to you and you run to the guitar and you got to take advantage of the moment, or you're just always waiting to hear some kind of interesting idea.
I love that. And that sort of dovetails right into my first thing. And this is sort of another like obvious thing if you're a songwriter, but it can be easy to forget. So I think it's really important. All kinds of things may inspire you. Right? Words may inspire you, or a word picture, or certain melodies or sounds. That's all great. But once you start working on a song, for me at least, it's really a race to get to the central idea or the hook. At the end of the day, what is this song really about? And a great example of that that I'll just share really quick is I had written down in kind of my little notepad the song title, The Invisible Man. I love that idea. But it wasn't like, I didn't know what I wanted to say. Like, what am I saying? Like, this guy is, he's unseen? Is he, like, does he never leave his house? What are we talking about here? And when you and I started working on that song together, it was a journey to find our way as fast as we could to this central idea, which is, it ended up being it's a lonely world for a woman who loves an invisible man. And once we found that, I was like, got it. Yes. Because I know, like I've seen those relationships.
Yeah.
And once you have that hook, that central thing, great. Now you know everything else it revolves around that. That's the sun of your solar system. And your verses, your other phrases, your everything revolves around that.
Yeah. He's closed off. She can't see him.
Yeah.
He's choosing to hide, and she's like, where are you?
It's a lonely world
the whole,
for a woman who loves an invisible man. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not about the man. It's really about her, how she feels. Okay. But I did want to say a caveat to that. Like sometimes we do write just with a mood hits, and you don't have the central idea, and you're kind of really feeling a vibe, and you're really stuck on like, you know right away, this is just a verse, but I like where I'm at with this, and this is creating a feeling, and so you can approach it that way too, where you're just kind of like, I'm sitting in this, and I'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Let me just echo back. Yes, and I feel like I'm feeling my way around in the dark until I hit the got it. That's what this is about.
Yeah. Which can sound a little weird to people. Like you got to find your hook, like as if it's just like you're like this car salesman. And you're just like, let's find the hook, and that doesn't feel like art. But it really does free up where you can go emotionally. I think it's like once I know what I'm trying to say, where the heart of this song is at, I can move in that direction and not just like end up singing about peanut butter and jelly.
1,000%.
So, okay, my next topic fits in with finding the theme, and I would call this like your melodic mood. And you could be like, oh, we got a verse and a chorus, but the chorus just doesn't feel right. And I think you're the melody king, by the way. When we write, you're just like, golly, I can't write melodies like you. But still, like, I'm such an analyzer that it's like, you can find out, like, well, is the melody matching the lyrics? Like, if you're wanting to say this thing, is the melody too bubblegum and your message is a little more sorrowful?
Yeah.
And so just keep an eye on that. Like, what is your melody mood versus your lyric mood? And there are bands and artists that do that really well, where they kind of like push the envelope of what like the Weepies. I don't know if you've ever listened to the Weepies, but
a little bit.
They're this husband-wife duo, and they do this amazing juxtaposition where their music sounds really happy and their lyrics are awfully sad. And it actually creates like this new version of sad, where it's like, like, oh my man, that's like, and you connect to it, but it's like not the way you'd normally think about it. And so that's an interesting way to do things, but you just gotta, I think you gotta.
It's the awareness that matters.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the exception that proves the rule almost. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. They're making this cheery, teary thing.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got next?
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. This is for me, this is a huge part of my process. Making time, because everything happens in my head first. Right, I'm taking a walk, I'm taking a drive, whatever, and I get an idea. I'm not at my piano, I'm not really. Maybe the kids are in the back yelling or whatever. Like I can't really chase this. I just got to capture the idea and then move on with my day. So for me, it's necessary to make time, come back to my piano, turn on the recording, the voice memo on my phone, have the idea in front of me, and just vomit. Just vomit.
Ryan, what do you mean by that?
I mean, gag yourself. Vomit on your piano. No.
So this is helpful to the creative process?
You just start spitting stuff out. And the reason I say that so emphatically is as soon as you start overthinking it, where you're in your head, you're like, how could I make something iconic? How could I make a hit here? What would be a melody that would connect with the people? Game over. You've lost. It has to come from the heart.
I would say not even just trying to, get ahead of yourself with making a hit, because, hit songwriters will say you can't do that. You can't make a hit while trying to make a hit. But even not editing, just turn off editing brain.
Yep, exactly.
Because even when you're like, well, this line doesn't really work, it's like that is not what this moment is about.
Exactly.
What you need to do is even find words that sound cool and feel right.
Yep.
Fix it later. But there's no limits here. There's no time rush. There's no rules. Just be okay with being embarrassed. Like, be yourself and just get it all out. Like, explore.
I've got voice memos that go on, 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes. And most of it is hot garbage. But it's just me, like, changing keys and finding different things and squeaking out melodies and just looking for, like, what's the thing that, like, really, like, connects with me and inspires me.
And you may never get to a winning thing unless you fail. Like, you just keep failing and, like, just get it all out of the way. It's like on The Office where Jim's like, this is good. Just get all the bad ideas out, flush them out.
To Michael Scott.
No, to Pam. She's like, maybe I should tell them that I was the one who, like, leaked all the bad information. He's like, this is good. Get all the bad ideas out, flush them out.
That's perfect.
Like, I think about that every time writing. I'm like, get it all out. All right, so my next one would be the roadmap. In our writing relationship, a lot of times you are a great idea guy, great melody guy. And it can be, it's not always the same. But a lot of times I am the puzzle guy and putting it all together and seeing what's missing. And it can be real, just coming off that last point, it can be really tempting to start piecing together the puzzle way too soon. Now, granted, you want to find your theme and what you're talking about, but you want to leave room for that creativity. And so this is kind of like a mix between you're trying to be creative, but you're also trying to think analytically. And I just think about it like a 30,000-foot view. And it's funny because a few episodes ago you said, like, it's hard for you to think of second verses. And I think that's one of my favorite parts is thinking of the second verse or the bridge, because you're like saying, okay, we know what the hook is. We know what the angle is, the theme. This person is saying this. And we've already got a decent entryway into that idea, which is verse 1.
Yeah.
And some people say, like, hey, just put verse 1, put it at verse 2, and write another verse 1. And that can work, I think. But sometimes I'm just looking at, like, what's another way I can say this? What's another angle? What would I naturally do with this? If I've already said I was walking down the street and I saw in the window a cute puppy dog, and then my chorus is about puppy love. Well, then maybe verse 2 would be like, I'm now putting that towards you and me, girl, like the way we dance and hold hands and blah, blah, blah. Chorus, puppy love.
Yeah.
And then roadmap again is bridge. Does it need a bridge? Is there anything missing from what I'm saying? Could I sum up the chorus even more? Could I consolidate it with another angle and be like, I don't ever want to leave your side. You and me go together like rawhide. Puppy love.
I think we got a hit on our hands here.
Yeah, right. But it's just road mapping it out, because you can fill in all the blanks. It's like you've got your hook, you've got your emotion, you've got a lot of the pieces. It's like when you fill out a puzzle, when you're actually doing a puzzle, you want to do the frame first. And you want to start looking for straight lines and then organizing by color. And then it's like everything else can fall into place. And
you're so good at that. Yeah. That's so important. Thanks. Okay, well, so that brings me to my last point, which is nothing is precious. And I believe it was Hemingway who talks about his writing that way, where he says, kill your darlings. That's Hemingway's quote.
What an amazing saying, because it's like, when you hear that, it's so shocking. Like, what do you mean? Like, kill your like your babies? Like and it's
but
like,
if you're a writer, you know exactly what that means.
Yes.
Kill your darlings. And I don't know if I told you this, but I was listening to Michael Lewis, he's an author. He wrote Moneyball and The Big Short. These turned into big movies. And he's got this quote where he says, write on caffeine, edit on wine. Because he's like, when you've got a little alcohol in you, you're not this like little happy squirrel. You're a little bit more like somber, laid back, and you're willing to just like start crossing out crappy things and going back to the drawing board. And that's such an important thing. It's hard, it's painful, but some of the best songs that we've written have started out as like okay songs or kind of like shaky songs, that went through that process of, hey man, this is cool, but the chorus doesn't work, or the verses just don't fit with the chorus, or
Yeah.
Throw it out, rewrite, rethink it, re-put the puzzle back together, and elevate a song from pretty good to really great, hopefully.
So that last step in the process, we would call it rewrite or edit.
Yeah.
It's get all the creative stuff out of the way, try to put the puzzle together, and then divorce yourself from the idea.
Yeah.
And think about it, is something not working? Is there something that really bothers you? Do you love something, but it's standing in the way of it being better? You got to ask yourself, what is the point of this song? Is it just for me, or do you want other people to hear it and connect with it? So you got to divorce yourself from that and just kill your darlings. And yeah, it's a hard one, but it can, if you can let that go, can yield a lot of things. I also think of a guy I know that I've done a lot of video work with. I learned a lot about editing from him, and he's just such a grinder and he's a better editor than I am. Like I can make a story in video editing, and I can create heart and emotion, but he is just goes through and is quick. And I learned that basically the same thing from him, but just from another angle. He says, I'm pretty brutal when it comes to editing. Like if it's not serving the end, and especially if I'm dealing with like stories, like people's life stories, and like they lost a child and they're like talking about this, and it can feel like every sentence they're saying is important, But if you've got a window and like, I know this video has to be 3.5 minutes, it's a hard one to get used to, but you can quickly start learning how to just chop and chop and chop, even if it feels really delicate. Like, someone's has an addiction story or whatever, and it's like, this feels really inappropriate that I'm just like, no, get out of that way. There's the stuff. But you kind of get used to knowing like what is going to serve the end result, and what do you have time for? What is like, that's a cool idea, but this is a waste of, we've already said it this way.
Right.
I think we discovered that the other day. We were writing a song, and it's like tons of great ideas in that brain dump section.
Yep.
Or tons of great ideas in verse 2, but this is just standing in the way because it's not serving the hook. Yeah. And you got to be okay with like, I love that idea. Well, find another song for it. Yeah,
totally. And sometimes there are multiple songs in your idea. And this process, we've experienced that too, where I won't give anything away, but we were writing a song, and you were chasing something. You're like, God, it just doesn't fit. It was really frustrating. And we found out through kind of a painful rewriting and editing process, it's 2 songs. It's 2 completely different songs. We need to divorce these ideas from each other. And it was actually a big win.
Yeah, I think the song that came out of it was one of our favorite, most excited songs but we were willing to go any direction with the song just to serve the song. And it's split off into 2 really good songs.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. So last, is that it, or is last one goes to you, or was that?
I think that's it. That was 3 and 3.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there it is.
If you follow these simple steps, you'll be a hit songwriter.
Like us.
Yeah. Sign up for our 9-week course, and you will also be a working dad starting a podcast. Struggling.
That would really take balls for us to come out with a course right now. It's only $7.99. Sign up today. Like, do you have anything on the radio? Like, no, but we think we're great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Well, until next time, thank you guys for tuning in. Please comment, subscribe, all the things, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.